Greetings, Night Hunters. Before this video starts, I want to mention a few things regarding what you're about to watch, just to keep in mind. Basically, two things. One, I basically recorded everything live on Twitch, and this is just the edited footage of that. So you'll see, like, basically, I'll, like, stutter, or, like, I'll fucking say something, and I'll, like, correct myself, and it's not really edited. Like, I try to edit it as best as I can. I did leave in some pauses just to make it feel a little less, like, choppy, like me talking instantaneous or whatever. But the point is that I did record it live. The other thing I want to mention is that I do try to show as much examples of characters, combos, and moves and everything like that that I could do. And I don't know how to play every character. Some characters I cannot play for shit. So you'll see me like struggle with some characters to make either a true combo with what I'm talking about, or it'll just look a little weird. So like, some aren't that bad, like Mario. But like then you get like Rosalina or Lucario, and you could totally tell I never touched these fucking characters. So just keep that in mind. I try to show it off as best I can. Eventually I'll be streaming the least cool moves video, so if you want to see me stream that live and me talk about it live, it'll be on Twitch at some point. I can't say when. I'm not sure if I'll be doing it this week. I will try to, but I'll make a community post the day I do it. I'll be like, hey, in an hour I'll be live. But if you do want to follow me on Twitch, that link will be down in the description. It's in the description of all my videos, but I figured I'd just mention it just because I recorded this video from Twitch originally. If you want to chime in anything in the comments, like what moves you think are the coolest, which you agree with or disagree with, I always love seeing some feedback and some sparking of conversation. But other than that, without further ado, hope you guys enjoy. Honestly, all that needs to be said is that Smash Bros. Has a lot of cool characters, and like, some moves are pretty corny, some moves just exist, but when you combine them with other things, they can be really hyper cool, or just a move alone could be hype. So honestly, I just want to make a tier list out of it, and not even so much of a ranking of what's the coolest move in the game, just like every character's coolest move. So you got Neutral B here, I got all the specials first, because I feel like the specials are like where characters are the most expressive, where they have the most interesting type of like gimmicks or uniqueness about them. Then you got like a smash attack or two, you got the aerials. Like the aerials that I know for a fact I'm gonna say, like back air and like fucking, I have one tilt. Like I have one tilt here. There's only one character I could think of that's gonna get up tilt. Alright, I guess I'll just start a little bit off just to pick up some steam. So I'm gonna start with Mario, because he's probably the easiest to start with. I feel like for Mario, most people are probably going to think forward air for him, which makes sense given that he's this most iconic move he has. He always have combos that lead into spike and shit. But the thing is that I feel like it's so 50-50. Sometimes it could be cool, sometimes it could just be kind of like, oh wow, we've seen this before. So honestly, as weird as this is going to sound, I think for Mario I would put side B. I actually think Cape is his coolest move, and the reason why I think that is because, not even just for the fact that it references Mario World or that's a reflector, but I think offstage Cape plays combined with Flood too, so you could argue I would even maybe say down B a little bit. I think Cape is probably the coolest thing that Mario has. I liked it more in Smash 4, but in Ultimate it still has some pretty like cool stuff with it, and it's also kind of funny. It has a mixture of both, which I really like. But yeah, for Luigi, so Luigi's a little more harder to think of, because Luigi is like, his main gameplay is just grabbing. You grab or you spam Fireball or Zair for neutral, which kind of sucks. Maybe a little bit of forward air in there. And his aerials are pretty standard, and when you combine them with the zero to death, it's like the zero to deaths are cool when it's done in a more interesting or unique way. Otherwise, they're just really standard or whatever, you know? So I think the one cool thing I like about Luigi, there's two things that come to mind for me. Those two things are side B and back air. I'm not back air, I'm fucking stupid, up air, because up airs lead into back air. I think that reverse up airs with Luigi are kind of cool when you like, you know, combine them together into like back air or something. I think those reverse up airs are pretty cool. And then for side B, if you get a green missile misfire, that shit's actually pretty funny. And also it'd be pretty hype if you do it from like a sick combo and it's like, holy shit, you just did that into like a really explosive move. I feel like I'm kind of teetering with both. I kind of want to say side B just for the luck factor. And even though you do see like really good Luigi's use the up air in practice, I think I'm gonna go with side B for Luigi. Like, you know, up air is like really close, but I think Green Missile has a little bit more cooler utility to it, and it also has a little bit more risk if you use it like off stage for like a combo or a clip or anything, because Luigi's recovery is pretty shit. Let's talk about K-Rool next. So K-Rool, the two moves come to mind for K-Rool, and that's B neutral and back air. So I like the alley-oops or setups into like the, what do you call it, the blunderbuss ball? I don't fucking know what it's called. I don't really care. So I like those kind of setups, but at the same time, I feel like the move in neutral or at the ledge is pretty cheesy. Well, not cheesy, but more so like it's kind of meandering. If he does it at ledge, he's just holding it, and it kind of forces you to wait, which kind of, you know, puts the pace. It makes the pace of the match come to a screeching halt, which is pretty fucking lame. But it's like, it has a lot of cool stuff with it, and it's definitely one of the more unique B-neutrals in the game, in my opinion. But if for back air, it's not even just that, it's a really raw, cool spike. You could do some stuff with it on stage for combos, especially with platforms in the mix. And it has a really cool animation, and animations actually do have a bit of a part in this tier list ranking, whatever you want to call it as well. So I think I'm going to put K-Rool in back air. Yeah, right down there. Let's just, yeah, there he is. There's K-Rool right over there. I think his back air is pretty cool. So Kirby's pretty obvious on what his coolest move should be, at least in my opinion it's pretty obvious. But that honor is going to the copy ability, which is B-neutral. The problem with Kirby's B-neutral though is that like, it's such a cool idea. You get to use the B-neutral of every character, which could lead to so many borderline limitless interactions or combos or kill confirms. Like, it's pretty fucking cool. But the problem is that it's on a character like Kirby, who's like stubby and slow and not really good. So you don't get to see too much of that in practice. I decided out of curiosity to practice like axe combos with Kirby, even though I don't plan to ever use Kirby because I think Kirby's actually one of the more boring characters in the game. But he has like, you could do it into dash attack, you could do it into hammer of all things. Like, these are super niche, not optimal at all. But, you know, it's like, if that's something you could do with just axe, think of like all the better B-neutrals. Like, imagine all the shit you could do with that. I think it'd be pretty cool. Let's talk about Snake. So Snake is a pretty fucking cool character. Like, at top level, Snake's setups are fucking sick. So it's a little hard for me to think of what move I would pick as the sickest move. I could say forward air because setups into it are really cool, like grenade setups and shit. I could say the C4 because the C4 is always pretty cool to see in action, whether it's just from something funny, something really sick. You know, it has a lot of utility there. You could say setups into up air kind of cool. Yeah, I think those are the three top contenders for me. And I don't know if I'll change my mind in the middle of this because remember, this is live and unscripted. But I think I'm gonna go with forward air on this case because I think the forward air, like setups that lead into it are pretty cool. I should have a forward air. Oh, I do not. I don't have a forward air. Okay, let's make a new tier. I told you, this is unscripted and unprepared as shit. I could list every move, but it's like, you think I'm putting a jab in this list? You're absolutely out of your fucking mind. Forward air, I'll make the color, I guess, fucking the swampy looking color, and there we go. Snake, you are now in forward air. Let's get a hard one out of the way. Let's get Ike out of the way, because Ike, in my opinion, Ike is one of the two, like, most sauceless characters in this game. The other one's Palutena, and I'll get to Palutena later on. So for Ike, I think he's sauceless. I think he's fucking lame as shit. He's boring. He just hits you like a truck, which I get the appeal behind, but there are characters who could do that with some pretty cool shit behind them. So for Ike, I'm gonna put a really bad move in most hype or coolest, in my opinion, at least off of the concept, and that is the B-neutral Eruption. The thing with Eruption is that, like, first of all, I haven't seen an Ike use Eruption in, like, almost 3 years. This move is fucking useless. Because I'm pretty sure he 2-frames with, like, I don't remember, was he 2-frame with, like, down smash, right? I'll have to look at it, because again, this is live. But, you know, I think Eruption's cool. It has a cool graphic effect. You know, landing it's pretty funny in a way. I like to see this move utilized more, it's just that it fucking sucks, you know? I heard it also spikes in midair. How true that is, I have no fucking idea. Let's do Ridley, because this one's really fucking obvious. I think it's pretty obvious, but it's fucking down B. It's clearly down B. Skewer may not be that good of a move, but landing it is always so fucking great. Like, you fucking be like, oh shit, that landed. And, you know, I would have loved to see cool stuff with this move besides just being a raw hit, but it is what it is. And funny fact, I used to actually use Ridley a little bit, and I once almost fucking got, like, an edge guard ending with a down B kill at the blast zone, and I missed by a frame. I don't have that replay because it was, like, a long time ago after many updates, so rip, but, like, I would love to have seen Skewer be used a little bit more, but, like, it's a cool move. I think it's easily one of the most badass down specials in the game, just off of the concept of, like, fucking piercing your opponent with that slow motion effect, the damage it gets, like, yeah, it's a pretty fucking cool move. It's easily his coolest and most interesting move, but it's also his worst, so that kind of sucks. Another somewhat easy one is going to be Ice Climbers. So Ice Climbers is, like, there are two choices with Ice Climbers. And the reason why I say that is because Ice Climbers are really cool at top level too. But the thing is, all their moves are really cool when you put them with decent combos. So you could say a bunch of moves are kind of cool. The only one I would say is absolutely not fucking cool is probably Side B. That shit gets spammed and neutral by lower level Ice Climbers, and it's pretty fucking annoying. But I think the two moves I would go with is either Forward Smash or Forward Air, because those are usually like the finishing moves off of a decent combo, as far as I'm aware. I've never seen other moves, maybe Up B or some shit, because that's actually decently strong apparently. But like, I think I'm gonna go with Forward Air only because it's a spike. Like, Forward Smash, when it ends off Forward Smash, it's pretty cool, but like, Forward Air is like a legitimate spike, and spikes are cooler than like regular ass launching kills, you know? Okay, let's do Marth and Lucina. Marth and Lucina have some pretty cool stuff about them. I actually think I find Lucina a little more interesting because she doesn't have that spacing tipper mechanic that Marth has. So like, I feel like Lucina has more consistency, which I like a bit more, and a little less cheese. So, you know, even though I'm explaining this, it doesn't really differ in my opinion because they both have the same move, that, in my opinion, of what's like the coolest move. And that honor is going to the Shield Breaker. I think the Shield Breaker is pretty cool. I was considering like Side B and Up B too, because like I used to love in Smash 4 doing like escorts following with Dolphin Slash, but it's not really optimal. You never really see that. There's no point to really go for that. And then for Side B, I wanted to say this one, but the thing is, in Marth in particular, it's a little cheesy. Yeah, you know, you could space in timing, get that kill around 40ish, but come on, it's a little cheesy, not gonna lie. Like, there are mid-air Side B1 combos that are pretty sick, but other than that, I gotta go with Shield Breaker. It's a raw shield-breaking hit move, yeah. Some people may be like, oh, well, these are just raw hits, some of these moves. Why the fuck are these the hypest? So it's like, come on, it's cool. I like the idea behind it, and, you know, as a huge Fire Emblem fan, it's a nice little, like, reference to how Marth could pierce, like, Knight's armors with the rapier in the original game. I don't know, that's, like, looking way too deep into it, I guess, but I really like the Shield Breaker. The Shield Breaker's cool. Ness. I think this one is pretty obvious, but that is going to down B. Magnet combos are sick. Lower to mid-level Ness is lame, but top-level Ness, their combos are pretty fucking wicked. I will give it to Ness for that, and I think magnet combos definitely are a huge contender to that. I think that giving it a hitbox was a cool idea, and I'm glad they did that. It gave the like move actual utility besides just being a reflector, or like not reflector, I'm fucking stupid, absorbing for healing shit. Like, you can actually use this mid-air for like some pretty sick movement and combos. Like, I think PK Magnet is fucking awesome. Game & Watch. Oh man, Game & Watch used to be so much more interesting in Smash 4. I kind of want to go with Side B or down B. Like, Judge, obviously, it's fucking always hype when you land the 9. And there are some extra things too, like 3 can shield break, 7 can make you heal and shit. Well, 7's not really hype, but I'm just mentioning it. And, I'm gonna go with down B. Oil Panic is one of the coolest ideas for a move ever, and having any sort of combo or kill confirm into the Oil Panic, especially when it's super fucking strong, that's fucking sick. I think Oil Panic is fucking sick. I wish it got used more, but, you know, Oil Panic is fucking awesome. I absolutely fucking love that move. Like, you know, even though Game & Watch in this game is super autopilot and corny, you can't get me to hate fucking Oil Panic. Oil Panic is awesome. Let's see, Up B's looking a little empty there, so let's go with a pretty obvious one I think everyone could expect. But yeah, Crom's going in Up B. I fucking love Soaring Slash. Fucking Kamikaze Suicide Spikes, you could never get me to hate that. That shit is, it's my favorite spike in the game. Like, well, at least one of them. I don't know what my favorite one is, but it's definitely up there. Like, Crom Spike, like the Up B spike, like that alone gets it there, but it also has some pretty cool, like, true combos you could get off of it, like, on stage too. And, you know, it's just a sick animation. Like, I know Ike does it first, but I think Crom does it better because I love his sound design more. Like, the Crom sound effects are my favorite in the game. Absolutely fucking love them. While we're at it, let's get Roy up there. So Roy's not Up B because his Up B is different. So for Roy, I don't know. All of his moves are pretty cool when combined together, for the most part. I think the only ones I would say isn't is like counter, side B, you know, everything else is pretty fucking sick. And I would guess I could go with like an explosive move. And in that case, I think forward smash or beam shuttle are like the ones I would pick. And I'm thinking about it, and I'm gonna go with beam shuttle in this case. If you could do something sick and like have like some sort of beam shuttle edge guard, especially with Roy's like fiery explosion animation, I think that's pretty cool. Like, you have to remember, some of these are like moves that I absolutely feel passionately, like I actually like fucking adore. But then some of these moves are just like, you know, standard. Like, some of these moves are gonna be fucking hard to think of because there's some characters who are just absolutely fucking lame. But then there's also characters who have so many cool moves, so it's just a bit of a hard decision. So Roy's definitely, I'm glad to say Roy, in Roy's case, it's because he has a lot of cool shit. But I think I'm gonna go with be neutral in this case. Let's see. Who else can I do next? Let's do Min Min. Min Min is a bit hard to decide because all of her moves are so samey and similar. Her tilts do the same thing. Her smash attacks do the same thing. You know, but like, if I had to pick, I like when Min Mins use the up B on stage and go for like aerial snipes with the dragon laser. I think that's pretty sick. So I'm actually thinking of going with an aerial in this case, and I think back air is where I'm gonna go. Where the fuck is it? I probably should have ordered this, but I'm not very smart. Anyway, back air, because I think back air just looks a little bit cooler than forward air. Like, literally, it's just between those two, and back air just wins by a slight difference in animation. That's really it, basically. Okay, so we're gonna do Megaman. And that honor goes to down air. Where the fuck is down air? Okay, down air. So down air is the fucking coolest, like, Mega Man's down air just alone, animation-wise, concept-wise, is so fucking sick. But then you could put it on top of, like, some niche setups that he has. He has, like, hard knuckle resets, which, like, I never have done before. I kept trying to do in training mode. I don't know how the fuck people do this. Like, how do like, fucking skilled Mega Mans know how to do that so well? Holy shit. Hard knuckle is fucking sick. Like, plain and simple. I got nothing else to explain. It's just really fucking sick. Jigglypuff's an obvious one. It's down B. What else is it gonna be besides rest? Everything else is either pretty standard or just like shit, like rollout or something. Like, it's pretty obvious, but Jigglypuff is clearly fucking down B. Okay. Here's gonna be a weird one. Most people are probably not gonna agree with this, but we're gonna do Samus, and I'm gonna go with up tilt. And you're probably wondering why the fuck am I going with up tilt? Most people would probably say charge shot because it has so much utility. You can use it to like fucking combo. You can use it to confirm into stuff, to set up grabs, to kill. You know, you can do a lot of stuff with it. The thing is, though, is that while it's really cool, I feel like it's super centralized in our kids to the point where you see it a little too often. Up tilt, yeah, it's not the best thing in the world, but I think combos involving Samus's up tilt is actually pretty fucking cool. You don't see it that often, at least I haven't seen it that often, but I think it's pretty fucking cool. It doesn't spike off stage like Falcon's does, but it does on stage, and that can lead to some pretty cool, like, juggling situations, or like, just, you could jab reset into it and shit. Like, there's some cool stuff with up tilt. I think it's a really underrated move. A very odd choice, but I'm weird like that. Let's do Incineroar. Okay, so Incineroar. Oh, man. The two choices I could think of are side B and up B. So, Suicide Spikes, when you do it from a combo, are pretty cool. Like, with Chrom, I think Incineroar definitely has some of that. But he's a bit more cheesier because his, like, you could just, like, do, like, a throw into it is true, apparently. And that's kind of insane to me. Or is it like up tilt or something? I don't know. I'll check in training mode after for editing purposes. But like Incineroar is a little more on the cheesier side. Alolan Whip has like 3 different use cases. You could use it to kill, you could use it to set up juggles, and you could use it to edge guard and set them off stage. That's really cool. You could do like super saucy off stage risky shit with it. Like, I think the Alolan Whip is pretty cool. I think I'm gonna go with side B. I was thinking up B partially, but I think I convinced myself to say Alolan Whip is definitely his coolest move. Greninja. The only time I'm gonna say this, but his counter is fucking sick. Greninja's counter goes in multiple directions. You can set up into like another aerial. Yeah, none of them are really true as far as I'm aware, but it could lead to some interesting shit. And it's definitely the most interesting counter in the game. I think it's pretty cool. He has some other cool stuff like up air, drag downs, kill confirms into up smash and all that. Like, those are all really cool. But like, I think I'm gonna go with down B. Also, his back air is kind of cool too. I want to mention as much stuff about Greninja as possible because he's pretty cool. But I'm gonna go with down B in this case. I think his down B is definitely the most interesting. Okay, weird one, but for Olimar, I'm gonna go with back air just for the animation. Oh fuck. Like, Olimar is not that cool at all. In fact, the only reason I don't think he's the lamest of the lame anymore is because I watched like combo guides him because I was curious, like, what the fuck kind of sauce could Olimar possibly have? And admittedly, it's kind of okay. And I think a lot of it leading in the back air is pretty cool. You just don't see it because usually a Pikmin is just going to be thrown at you. It's going to rack up damage, and Olimar doesn't have to really put any effort in combos or anything, which is kind of disappointing. I think he has potential to have really cool shit, but not exactly what we see, so it is what it is. Duck Hunt. Okay, so Duck Hunt. I love Duck Hunt. I think Duck Hunt setups are fucking sick. I use the Belmonts, obviously I think setups are sick, but Duck Hunt has such sick, unique, interesting setups, and a lot of it has to do with Can. The only thing I don't like about Can is that it's a frame 1 combo breaker, but other than that, I'm gonna go with B neutral in this case, because I actually think, because Can is like the main thing that it sets up into. So definitely gonna go with Can in this case. Okay, Wolf, another obvious one, it's side B. I think you can tell at this point that I kind of like the riskier shit, because the more risk that's involved, the more hype it is. Like, if you see, like, say something like, kind of like a character go for a kill off stage. If it's like Jigglypuff, yeah, they could have some decently cool edge guards, but like, there's no risk. You have like fucking 6 jumps and the fastest airspeed in the game, or one of the fastest. There's no risk with that. With Wolf, if you do some like kill confirms or combos into an offstage side B spike, that's risky as shit. You miss, you're fucked. You know, like it's a sick animation, sick sound design. I think I'm gonna give it to side B. I don't even know what it's called, like Wolf Illusion or some shit. I don't fucking care what it's called. But yeah, side B is definitely what I've been doing for Wolf. Peach and Daisy. So Peach and Daisy are a bit odd. I like their forward air as a combo finisher. Their neutral air involved with flow cancels is kind of cool. And their down air is really cool too with those type of combos. I think I'm going to give it to down air only because it launches upward, which could lead to some somewhat cool combos. I like the down air. I think it's a neat idea. We gotta scroll down. I think Peach and Daisy's down air is pretty neat. A little odd choice. I don't really use Peach and Daisy like that, but I do think they're some of the cooler characters at top level, so I'm gonna go with down air in this case. We haven't talked about a smash attack yet, so let's get a smash attack in there, and we're gonna talk about Zero Suit Samus's up smash. Zero Suit Samus's up smash actually has some combo utility, and not many smash attacks tend to do that, so I actually really like that. Zero Suit's one of those characters that I feel like is a little too much like overtuned, but I think her up smash is legitimately cool, so I'll give her credit there. Sora. Sora. He's bland. I'm gonna be honest, he's bland. He's very bland. Like, he has, like, those Nair and forward air loops. Like, the neutral air and forward air loops are kind of okay. A part of me wants to say killing off the top with, like, side B is pretty cool, but, like, side B, if you want to talk about pace breakers, like, I mentioned fucking Cable's B neutral being a pace breaker at ledge. Sora's side B is the most pace breaking move in the entire game. It doesn't kill, it doesn't combo as far as I'm aware, like, it doesn't combo from anything, it doesn't, like, confirm into anything, like, it just breaks the match's fucking pace in half. Jesus fucking Christ. That move is a bore. My brain melts the more I get hit by that fucking move. So, I don't even want to say side B, because it, like, cancels out. Oh god, Sora's hard. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with... I think neutral is a little cooler than forward air, which I don't have a neutral air tear. I'm not gonna lie to you. Neutral air tend to be, like, super centralized, and if they're not, like, somewhat just whatever, they're pretty corny. So we're actually gonna go with neutral air for Sora. So we're gonna make that tier for him right now. I don't have the right color, right? Okay, we're good. So, fucking get him into neutral air. Probably the only neutral air in this video as far as I'm aware. Pit and Dark Pit. Okay, so Pit and Dark Pit were a bit hard because even though I absolutely love the pits, you guys have seen me use the pits on this channel, I think that a lot of their moves are kind of standard. Like, okay, so the main thing is with Dark Pit specifically, some contenders I was thinking of at first were B neutral and side B, because Electroshock kills at Blast Zones are awesome, and Arrow Snipes are sick. However, I'm actually going to give the pits credit with their down air. I love down airs that have, like, bouncing combo potential, like the Bell Monster Greninja, and the pits have that too. You could use it to combo into neutral air or other aerials. You could do it with drag downs. You could do, like, the reverse hit into, like, back air as a kill confirm. That's pretty fucking sick. Like, there's a bunch of utility. You could do it on stage to kill confirm into, like, up tilt up air or up smash. Like, you could do a lot with the down air, and it's definitely one of the most unique, interesting type of down airs, at least for combo potential. Like, animation-wise, your simple spike, obviously. But, like, in terms of, like, what you could do with it, I think it's one of the more intricate down airs, from what I could remember. I think I'm gonna give this one to down air. Okay, so Hero's a bit of an odd one. So Hero, you could obviously argue that maybe spells shouldn't count, or you could just count down B as a whole. But the thing is, down B is so up to chance that I don't think down B would be, like, a viable answer unless I said a specific spell. And if that's the case, I kind of want to make a separate tier that, like, sort of, like, specifies that. But if that's the case, the most obvious answers would be, like, the Whack, Hatchet Man, Magic Burst, Kamikaze. Those would be the obvious answers. And then you could argue maybe the Smash Attacks with a crit. That's pretty funny. This is going to be an odd one. I know I said it a lot. There's a lot of odd choices here. My opinions kind of suck ass. You can tell at this point. But I'm going to give it to Hero's Down B. Yes, it's going to be one of his spells. But the spell I am going with is going to be Hocus Pocus. This is a bit of an odd one, but the reason why I think it deserves to be Hocus Pocus is because there's so much that could happen. You could grow or shrink in size. You could become invincible. You could fuck yourself over, and that could be pretty funny. You could do like a random spell that would have been helpful, like, oh, you got a Hocus Pocus bounce, a Hocus Pocus snooze, a kaboom. You know, it could be so helpful. You could fucking become invisible. You know, it's really cool. Slow motion, and then your opponent could get a sick combo off of that, so it's hype for you and the fucking opponent. Like, I think I'm gonna give it to down B, but we're gonna give it to Hocus Pocus. Let's just put him next to the down B tier, right over here. Actually, no, we'll put him in the bottom because he's specified. There's no reason to have him in the middle of the tier list. I'm kind of stupid, forgive me. But yeah, we're gonna give that one to Hocus Pocus. I think it's the coolest spell in terms of like the spells, like as an idea. I think it should go to Hocus Pocus. Okay. Sephiroth. So there are two that come to mind, and that is side B and up B. So side B almost was it for me. It's gonna be up B, by the way. Like side B was almost the one I was going to go with, because I think that Shadow Flare setups are really fucking cool. But Shadow Flare is also super spammable. It makes you flinch, so it eats your inputs, and that's pretty fucking annoying, and I think it cancels out. Like, some of these moves could have been it, but their corniness combined with their hypeness kind of cancel out. Octoslash, while it does have a bit of cheese too, it's a really cool fucking kill move. Setups into Octoslash, like, you Shadow Flare, but you set that up into the Octoslash, that's really fucking sick. Octoslash, you can do it downward for like a ballsy kill. It's a really cool move. It has a great animation, great sound design. I think Octoslash deserves to be the, like, coolest move for Sephiroth, in my opinion. Mewtwo. This one might be a bit hypocritical, because I didn't put Samus as B neutral, but I'm gonna put... Okay, hold on, I gotta change that tier list. Why does it say neutral B? B neutral. I feel like saying neutral B is so cursed. Okay, so I'm gonna put fucking Shadow Ball, because unlike, say, something like, you know, Charge Shot, it doesn't feel like it's centralized in Mewtwo's kit, but it feels like that it has enough, like, of, like, I wouldn't say that, like, Charge Shot's overtuned, but Shadow Flare feels a little less, not overpowered, but it feels a little less dominating, I guess is the word I want to use. You also have, like, this, like, a few niche setups into it, like, with Shield Break punishes, which is actually really fucking cool. I don't think Samus gets anything like that as far as I'm aware. And Shadow Ball also looks cooler. So, yeah, I'm gonna give this one to Shadow Ball. I think Shadow Ball is the cooler move between Shadow Ball and Charge Shot. So I actually think that, you know, Mewtwo deserves to be the B neutral. Let's do, fucking, Rob. Okay. So, if you wanted my opinion on the fucking lamest character in the game, like the absolute disease-ridden character, it's Rob. It's easily Rob. However, to give credit to Rob, he has one move, and one move only, that is really fucking cool as an idea, and in terms of how it's used. And that honor, in my opinion, goes to the laser. The laser is sick. First of all, I like snipes, so seeing it snipe is really cool. It's a cool animation. And you could also use it to bounce off walls and, like, ceilings and like, fucking floors and shit. I don't think that gets used that often, but that's fucking awesome. I wish that was used more. Rob has a moveset where you could be really cool with it. I just think he's overtuned in some areas. Like, if you tweaked him a bit, Rob could be legitimately fucking sick. That's the most disappointing about Rob. Rob could be sick. And, like, yeah, I think his snipes are kind of sick. And, like, yeah, you could say, like, a gyro into something could be kind of cool depending on what it is, but, like, Rob is really fucking cheesy. Like, there's no denying it, so I feel like the laser's the only thing I can say is legitimately cool. Let's get a cool character to wash the taste of Rob out of my mouth. Pause. So for Falcon, there's three obvious answers. Forward air, up B, and B neutral. Obviously the Falcon punch is like the most iconic move in Smash. People are probably think I'm gonna pick it, and I do want to pick it, to be honest, but it's not my favorite of the three. As for forward air, yeah, it's sick, but I feel like they kind of buffed forward air a little too much. It had no problem with killing before, and they decided to make it kill more, which is, you know, again, combos into it are really cool, but it's also like, you know, some of it's a little standard. Falcon dive, on the other hand, that is my favorite Falcon move. I mean, listen, if you've seen my clips with Falcon, you already know it's my favorite way to kill with, obviously. I know nowadays not to go for it too much because it's risky, but man, when you're deep off stage, you just hear that, yes! That shit is fucking so hype. I love Falcon Dive. I'm so glad they gave it kill power similar to Smash 64 again. And the thing with Falcon Dive is, like, there's nothing that goes into it that's true. So it's all risk. You know, Falcon Punch obviously is riskier too, but Falcon Punch is like, you could do it off stage and it's cool, but you also could do it on stage, and again, it's cool. Like, Falcon Punch is definitely the runner-up here. But Falcon Dive has that risk factor I absolutely fucking love. At least when it comes to offstage Falcon Dive. Onstage Falcon Dive, that shit's a little too lagless for my liking, even as someone who plays Falcon and pockets him. But I think I'm gonna give it to Falcon Dive in this case. Yoshi. Oh god, what the hell do I say about Yoshi? Yoshi's one of the harder characters. I don't know what the fuck to say for him. So I like his jab resets. They're kind of cool. And I don't feel like putting jab. I feel like putting, because there's like 2 characters I could think of where jab could be a possible fucking, like, move, because I'm thinking, like, what else is about this character that I actually think is cool? But I think it was Yoshi. I can argue that maybe if plats are involved, maybe spikes, like, spike combos can be kind of cool. So I kind of want to give it to forward air. And I think I'm actually going to give it to forward air. The thing is, I wish I could say up B. I wish I could say the egg throw. Because the egg throw could be cool. But it's so spammy and neutral as a zoning tool. And it feels kind of bullshit. So I kind of don't want to say the egg throw. Like, its different angles are cool. Like, I wish it was like in Yoshi Island, where you, like, hold it and you could, like, angle it up and down as an actual legitimate sniping tool. That would be more faithful as a representation of Yoshi Island, and also be a really cool move at the same time. And it kind of sucks it's not like that, you know? But I guess I'll give forward air. It's like, if I say something because it spikes, or does spike combos on a stage, that's... Unless it's, like, legitimately cool, like K-Rool, I think it's, like, a cop-out answer. I don't want to put, like, a none. I want every character to have a cool move, or at least the coolest move in my opinion. Like, I don't want any cop-out answers, so... You know, we're gonna go with forward air in this case. For Link, let's do the Links. Down air. I'm gonna go with down air for regular Link. So the reason why I'm not going with, like, say, up B, because it has escorts like Falcon Dive, is because, first of all, it's not as iconic in my opinion, but also because Link could actually drift back and still kill with the move at, like, the ledge, so even though it kills and stuff, it doesn't have that same risk factor that Falcon Dive has, so I don't think it's as cool. And its hitbox is a little bit more cheesy, it, like, scoops you in places where I feel like it shouldn't. But it still has some cool stuff, like, you know, bomb stuff into it is pretty cool and all. But I'm gonna go with downer because I like the, like, say, the Z-drop combos into downer. That shit is actually pretty sick. I don't like fighting Link, but watching Link, it's okay to watch him. I think that stuff is pretty cool. So for young Link, I'm actually also going to go down air because I actually think his confirms into down air are cool. I think his down air combos in general are cool. The only reason I wouldn't say, like, fire arrow combos is because fire arrow, similar to, like, fucking egg throw, is spammed way too much, and this move is also incredibly fast, so it feels, like, almost impossible to deal with, which kind of sucks. It's definitely the coolest of the 3 arrows, but it also feels like kind of the, like, most annoying. Cool, but annoying, you know? And all of his other moves are just kind of there. They just exist. They don't really do much, like, by themselves. Like, when you combine them, yeah. But, like, I feel like Downer is the only one I could really give to for young Link. As for Toon Link, where the fuck is he? Okay, I keep forgetting it's alphabetical. For Toon Link... Oh god, what the hell do I put? Oh god, it sucks. I like Toon Link as a Link, but he's also the most boring of the 3 Links. Like, he is so standard. I kind of want to go with back air because you can combo into it into, like, up B. Oh man, like, his down air is kind of cool too, but you don't really do much except for, like, bomb into down air or just on the ledge, you know. And the thing is, you could spike with it without needing to go off stage, so there's no risk factor involved. Like, it's a cool spike, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go down air only because, like, I don't know, back air is, like, a part of, like, corny ladder type combo shit, like Mario up air or something, but at least, like, his back air is a little cooler in my opinion. But you don't get to see it as much, is probably why. I'm gonna go with downer for all the Links. Honestly, I know it's a little, like, damn, none of it's different, but oh well. If it makes you feel better, fucking back air is a close contender for Toon Link, and then B neutral is a close contender for Young Link. Okay. Speaking of the B button, let's get my main and secondary out of the way. Let's just get them out of the fucking way. So Belmonts. You can argue Cross, because Cross is, like, your main bread and butter for setups and combos and strings and confirms and everything. I love the Cross. I really do. But if you've even been on this channel for so much as, like, a day or 2, and you've seen my Belmont clips, and if you happen to have seen my Belmont moveset tier list, if you want to check that out, wink wink nudge nudge, then you already know, in my opinion, the coolest move goes to up smash. I love up smash. I love setups into up smash. I love the animation. I love the cooldown animation. I love the fact that it's a reference to Castlevania 4. Absolutely fucking love the Belmont's up smash. Like, yeah, it doesn't hit grounded opponents, you know, but that's not what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to end off of setups or confirms, or in some cases even catch some landings and diving, like, approaches, you know? Yeah, okay, so side B is a close contender. Down air is a close contender because it has a lot of combos and intricacy. So I like that. And then do I want to say down tilt's a contender? I like down tilt jab resets. I like going down tilt off stage into stuff, but nah, okay. The only close contenders here is actually no, Axe is a close contender. There's a lot of saucy shit you can do with Axe. So I think B neutral, side B, and down air are the close contenders for Belmonts. Okay, Sonic. Another obvious one. I've praised this move to hell and back. It's back air. Just off the animation alone. But you got a lot of stuff into back air. You can do spin dash into back air as a combo on stage or as like a confirm off stage. You could do escorts of it with spring into back air. You know how much I fucking love spring into back air. I'm obsessed with spring in the back air. I'm obsessed with spring in the back air. Absolutely. I fucking love that you could set it up with into jab resets. You know, it's got some cool combos off of like up air and shit, neutral air kill confirming the back air. Like neutral air is a close contender because it's one of the more intricate neutral airs because it has like 3 different hit angles and shit. And then I could also argue maybe down B could be like it because it kind of like goes into all of his combos and shit. But the thing is that like spin dash and spin shot are used so fucking often. Like even I have to say it, it's used way too often to the point where I don't think either of those should be on this list. And the thing with spring is that spring into stuff is cool and spring right is really cool. But the thing is that like spring going into it is what's cool. Spring in of itself is just like an extra jump, you know? It has a funny sound effect from Sonic 1, the boing, you know? But like other than that, I'm gonna go with back air. I think it's pretty obvious that back air should be it. I would say up air if we were talking about Smash 4. I love Smash 4 Sonic up air, so you could argue that's also close. But it kinda isn't exactly like it's a shell of its former self. You know, it's not the Smash 4 glory it used to be. The scoop hitbox is fucking horrendous. The fact that someone programmed the scoop hitbox, we're like, alright, let's call it a day, absolutely fucking disappointing. Okay, Cloud. Cloud's in a special case kind of like Hero, because I think all of his moves on their own, besides maybe climb hazard, whatever, like if you suicide spike with that, it's pretty cool. However, it also has that coiness out of shield. There's a lot of corniness in this game. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I want to be hateful in this game, I absolutely love to be hateful, but I also love to be very, very nice and compliment characters. Point is that I feel like when you have the limit, his B neutral, the blade beam, becomes legitimately one of the coolest sniping moves in the entire game. I think his B neutral, like when it's a limit, is really cool. So I'm actually gonna do a special case like Hero and actually put him in his own little tier. So we're gonna say B neutral, and then we're just gonna say limit. You can argue finishing touch should also be on this, but the thing is that like finishing touch has like this weird like windbox shit. Like I have a friend, you may remember, Lucid. He was in like that free for all video I did, and he also like is making montages. You should check his channel out, by the way. He will talk about the wind hitbox stuff with like down B, and he wishes it wasn't there, and it kind of sucks it's not there considering you only have it for a limited time. But like all of his other limit moves do such a good job in killing. I feel like it's not a big deal, but I'm also not a Cloud main, so maybe I'm not the right person to really evaluate that. But I think his limit B neutral is definitely the coolest. Okay, so for Ganondorf, you can make a similar case and say up B, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm giving him up B because yes, Warlock Punch is cool. Yes, spiking with the down B is cool. Yes, his Flame Choke has a lot of cool tech chases. And yes, you can even argue up tilt, the Volcano Kick. When you land with that, it's pretty hype. But the thing is, I like risky shit off stage. Dark Dive has a great animation. It's not as good as Falcon Dive, nowhere near as fucking close. And again, I make weird decisions and I have weird opinions. But I'm going with Dark Dive in this case. Wario. I think Wario is one of those characters where like all of his moves are just whatever. I think Mario. Oh my god. I think Wario's pretty fucking boring. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think he's very interesting at all. And you could argue maybe Waft should be the move I consider because like you could confirm into Waft. But I'm actually gonna go with a little bit more of a niche option and go with the side B, the bike. As a recovery, it's whatever, but when you actually use bike into like setups and combos and stuff, that can be pretty cool. Like you use it off stage as an edge guard or two, and like other characters can use the bike against you. That's pretty cool. And also, I'm just gonna say this now, I haven't edited this video yet because again, I'm talking about this live on Twitch, but I can already guarantee I'm putting the fucking pit bike clip when I'm showing off an opponent using it against Wario. I am that fucking predictable. I apologize. Except no, I'm not actually sorry. But yeah, bike stuff is pretty cool. Bowser. Probably the only reason why Forward Smash is on this list but I'm giving it to forward smash, because honestly, what do I say about Bowser? Whirling Fortress, corny as hell. Flying Slam, I think it's called the side B. That could be cool sometimes, but other times not really. Flame Breath is corny. His forward air is corny. His neutral air is okay. He has some intricacy, but not that much. Back air is kind of cool, I guess. Up air is kind of cool. Down air is whatever. Down B, yeah, when you shield break it and spike with it's pretty funny. And, you know, you could argue that could go on the list, but I think the rawness of his forward smash is pretty cool. I don't care for Bowser that much, so, you know, if you're a Bowser main, sorry, but I just gotta go with forward smash. Pretty standard, bland answer, my apologies. Little Mac. Little Mac, Little Mac, Little Mac. I could say, like, Jolt Haymaker because, like, the offstage stuff is kind of cool and risky, but it's not really optimal with Little Mac. I could also argue his jab reset stuff is cool. Again, Yoshi, Little Mac, and there's like, okay, so I guess there's 3 characters I would have considered for jab. I'll mention that other one when I get to them. But, like, I don't know. It's definitely not up tilt. Absolutely not. Definitely not forward tilt. Smash attack wise, I do like his up smash. His up smash is legitimately cool. Down smash is one of the corniest 2-framing moves. And then forward smash is like annoying, but nothing that bad. Like, Little Mac has one of the most unhealthiest designs in my opinion. It's not fun to fight him whether you're winning or losing. No, and depending what skill level they are, it's not really fun either way. Like, Little Mac in Smash 4 you could argue is an ambitious design, but like it's also like a really fucking like flawed design. I think he should have just got like an absolute fucking rework. Oh my god. I could go with his counter because you could do edge guard setting up with that. Oh god, Little Mac is hard. Okay, I like risky shit, even though it's not optimal. We're just gonna go with side B, because not only is it riskier than counter, but I feel like in the case of side B, you also lose it even if you get hit, so I'm gonna go with side B. A weird choice, but it's what I'm gonna go with. Okay, so Isabelle and Villager. So for Isabelle and Villager, similar to Kirby, I really want to say Pocket. Because Pocket, like the copy ability, has so many unique, cool confirms and interactions. But the problem is that Pocket has invincibility frames during it, so, you know, you could get rewarded for failing the timing and use the invincibility frames to avoid shit, which is pretty fucking annoying. And the other thing is that if you grab a certain character's move, they can't use it, so your opponent's game plan and, like, the way they play the match is changed in a pretty unfair way, actually. It's like, it's actually pretty bullshit. And this includes like Diddy's Banana, K. Rool's Crown, the Belmont's Holy Water. I think that's an absolute awful oversight. And that's such a bad oversight that it makes me not want to put Pocket as a result, which sucks because I would definitely say Pocket. So for Villager, I'm just going to say the tree. Where the fuck is he? Okay, so I'm going to say the down B, because not only do you have a funny, hard-hitting tree that's pretty cool, but you also could get like a little piece of wood that could be used for like edge guards or like combos or whatever, and you get like the axe too for a limited time as a kill move. So I think I'm gonna go with that for down B. For Isabelle, I was thinking Fishing Rod, but Fishing Rod has its own set of cheese. All the smash attacks are standards, her aerials are standard. Oh man, her up B doesn't hit, so obviously not up B. I guess I could argue down B, because down B, like, setting up into the down B can be kind of cool, like, depending on what it is. So I think I'll go with down B in this case, especially if you do, like, the down B launching them up and then you grab them with the fishing rod from that. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I think I'll go with down B for Isabelle. A very hesitant down B, but I can't think of anything else that's cool, so Meta Knight. I think Meta Knight is boring as fuck. We're gonna put back here just because it has a cool animation and some okay escorts or combos. I don't care for Meta Knight. Fuck that character. Okay, so for Byleth, I could think of, like, upbeat combos are cool, and Amir is like really shit, but it is, I guess, pretty funny when it hits. But I'm gonna go with Fail Not, specifically with B neutral, because I love snipes. It's a very slow, awful snipe that is almost never gonna hit, but it can be pretty cool. Oh god, I can't do all the cool moves at once, or else I'm gonna fucking have a hard time for the end. Let's do some lame ones. Okay, so Wii Fit Trainer. I could say Soccer Ball, but then you get those Wii Fit Trainers that like ledge camp with Soccer Ball, and that's really annoying. But Soccer Ball snipes are really cool, and then like Soccer Ball rebounds are really cool. I don't want to just say like a cop-out answer like a Spike or B neutral. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Even though it's corny at ledge, I don't care. I'll go with Soccer Ball or side B. I'll go with Soccer Ball in this case. It has some cool use cases as like a rebound tool or like a snipe. I'll give it to Soccer Ball. Let's see. Pyra Mithra. So for Mithra, I'm gonna go. It's either up B or side B. I think Mithra's the lamer of the two, but she has like some cool stuff. I actually used to use Pyra Mithra sometimes, and I even have a fucking montage of them back when I used to really like using them. I'm not really that good with them, but I thought I got some pretty decent stuff, and one of the things I like doing with Mithra were escorts into Photon Edge or like Chroma Dust, Ray of Punishment, whatever. And in that case, I think I'm gonna make. I think up B's a little cooler. And the reason why is pretty fucking stupid, but it's mainly because of the name Chroma Dust. For those who don't know, chroma is the Greek word for color. So that alone makes it up B instead of Photon Edge. I'm not kidding, that's a stupid reason, but I don't care. As for Pyra, I could say down air because her down air combos are kind of cool, but the thing is her down air is kind of spammable. It's a lot safer than you would expect. So I don't want to go with that. And I don't want to go with Psybe because that move's a pain in the ass to deal with. I could say like a Bowser situation, say forward smash because of its rawness. And you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go with forward smash. I don't really care if it's not saucy at all. I'm going with forward smash in this case. I didn't think I would for Pyra, but now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, I'm gonna do that for Pyra as well. Okay. Let's do DDD. I don't like King DDD. However, doing setups or anything into his up B spike is pretty fucking cool. We're gonna go with that. Zelda. Zelda is such a unique character in my opinion. Like, she's one of those characters that should be super fucking sick. But also, like, she's really fucking annoying. Like, don't get me wrong, I totally get that. I use Belmonts and Sonic. I don't have room to talk, really. But, like, with Zelda, I think she's, like, one of those characters that feel like they weren't designed that well in terms of, like, their kit. So I'm not going with B neutral, absolutely not. I wish I could go with up B, but on stage that shit's a little too centralized. Side B is just an off-stage thing, it's whatever. The Knight, yeah, you can set up into Knight's kind of cool, but like, the Knight's a little too centralized. I think I want to go with down air in this case. Because you could do down air into Knight, you could do down air into like the Knight into other stuff. You could, like, down air is like the one thing I think that's like a little more interesting than the rest of the moveset. So, I keep forgetting down. I should have ordered this more, like, neatly, but it's whatever. We're kind of too late at this point. Let's see, Diddy Kong. I don't care for Diddy Kong either. For Diddy Kong, I think I'm going to go with down air because Diddy Kong's one of those rare characters that could actually, like, double spike often, and he has some setups into down air that's pretty cool, so I think I'll give it to down air in this case. Inkling. Oh, God. I should have done some of the lamer characters in between, I'm not gonna lie. I think Inkling is fucking boring. Like, most of these characters I just think are boring, not outright, like, fucking annoying, like, say, Rob, or, like, we'll get to later on, but, like, fucking, like, Donkey Kong or something. But, like, with Inkling, I think I want to go with... You know what? Weird one. Again, I didn't think I would be doing this, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go with the neutral air. Because I actually think her neutral air has some cool combo extensions. That's really it. Palutena is the other character I think that sauces this along with Ike. And if I had to say anything for Palutena, I think her up smash is a cool concept. So yeah, I'm gonna go with up smash in this case. I wish I could say side B because it has some cool setup stuff on occasion, like in theory, but the thing is that like, side B's a little cheesy. And it's a little too like, whatever, like it's so easy to avoid, so I feel like I can't really give it to side B. I wish Palutena had more sauce. Palutena has a lot of like potential for sauce too, like say Olimar, but she's so sauceless. Like, she's impressed me like once or twice, but it doesn't mean that they have sauce automatically. They have to impress me a decent number of times to really be at least a little bit of sauce. Speaking of just a little bit of sauce in my opinion, unpopular opinion, but I don't fucking care, Fox. I don't give a shit about Fox. I like 64 in Melee Fox. Any Fox after that, I don't fucking care for. And I guess if I wanted to say anything about Fox that's kind of cool, he's the other character where I was considering Jab. Because his Jab resets are kind of cool. And the reason why I don't want to go with Jab with any of them is because I feel like Jab shouldn't be on this list, but also because Jab resets are something that most characters, I'm pretty sure every character can do. So I kind of don't want to go with that. I think his forward air stuff leading into it, like his drag down stuff with forward air, is kind of cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go with forward air. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go forward air. I'm trying to think to myself maybe down B, but I don't know. I don't think Shine is like that cool in this game. It's not like Melee how it's using that for like movement and shit. And as an edge guarding tool, it's like, it's kind of mediocre. Yeah, I think I'll go with forward air in this case. Lucas, the other PK boy. We're gonna go back air with him because everything else about him is like whatever or kind of lame. I will always argue Lucas is way more annoying than Ness. Most people think Ness is annoying because of PK fire spam. Hold out and you're usually gonna escape that bitch, or use something with invincibility frames like Sonic Spring. At least that you could get out of. With Lucas, it's a fucking zoning tool that launches you away. That shit's way more annoying in my opinion, because it makes the match feel like at least Ness could get up to you and kill you, and make the match go by faster. Lucas just fucking prolongs the match, and that's never fun. Pac-Man. I'm gonna go B neutral for Pac-Man because he has a bunch of shit he could do. He could freeze you and do setups with the bell. He could kill with a snipe with the key. He has like cool combos and strings with the Galaga ship. And then he could kill with like the melon. You could do stuff and throw them into like the apple or some shit. Like there's some cool stuff Pac-Man could do with B neutral. I think it deserves to be on there. You could argue Hydrant could do some setup stuff too, or Trampoline, but I think I'm gonna go with B neutral in this case. Okay, Pokemon Trainer. So Squirtle and Ivysaur are very easy. Squirtle and Ivysaur both go into up B. So the reason why they go into up B is because I love Waterfall as a kill move. You don't really see it that often because like Squirrel's not usually the Pokemon that's supposed to be killing. That's usually like Charizard. But the thing is that I love Waterfall S-Force. I think they're legitimately cool, and I'm glad that it can kill off the stage decently consistent if you go for it. For Vine Whip, there are confirmed into it, and I think it's a cool move to finish off with off stage for Ivysaur. Everything else in Ivysaur's kit is either too spammy or just whatever. Like, it's definitely not Razor Leaf, and God knows it's not fucking Downer. Absolutely not. I'm not that insane or weird. But I think I'm going to give this one to Vine Whip. Charizard is a little more difficult because I think Charizard's the coolest of these three. But the thing is, what would I put? Like, Flare Blitz? Yeah, off stage Flare Blitz is cool, but like, Flare Blitz is like that move you use in a desperate situation, and it's so easy to avoid. Like, you should never almost ever be getting hit by Flare Blitz unless, like, say you're trying to input shield as an input or some shit like that. Otherwise, there's no reason you should be getting hit by Flare Blitz. Back Air? I like Back Air. Some people say that this move is like cheese, but I'll be honest, I don't think the, like say the down throw to turn around back air stuff is like that cheesy. I think it's actually pretty cool. I kind of want to give it to back air, and oddly enough, again, I'm going to surprise myself, I think his neutral air tech chase stuff could be kind of cool. So I kind of want to give it to that, but if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to go with... actually... yeah, we'll go back air, we'll go back air. I was thinking last second, maybe I want to give it to Flare Blitz, but no. Okay, we're going back air. We're going back air with this one. Corrin, we're going to go with B neutral. I think the combos are confirmed in the Dragon Shot is pretty cool. Everything else about her is somewhat interesting, but also kind of at the same time. So I think B neutral is like the one cool thing about her. It just sucks that, like, in terms of the actual projectile of the move, it's not really that good. So that's kind of unfortunate. Robin. Do I want to go with Thoron snipes, like with the B neutral? Like, the B neutral has some utility, and you could argue Arc Fire ladder combos, but Arc Fire is like super spam and super centralized, so I don't want to go with that. I don't think any of the aerials deserve to be there except for maybe up air, because, you know, leading into the up air is pretty fucking sick. But at the same time, if Nosferatu didn't put you in the free fall, I could see that being really cool for Edge Gods or some shit. Actually, it doesn't put you in the free fall, but it's super laggy to the point where it might as well put you in the free fall. At least I think it puts you in the free fall. If it lands anyway, I should mention that if it lands on the opponent. You know what, I'll give it to Thoron, because Thoron also has it's a really cool reference to Fire Emblem. Yeah, we'll give it to Thoron. I don't think I'll put it in the centralized, like, actually, yeah, I'll do it, fuck it. I was thinking because maybe the other versions of Thunder are cool, but I don't think Thunder's cool. I don't think that Arc Thunder is particularly amazing, and then L Thunder is, like, whatever. So yeah, we'll give it to Thoron, and then we'll make that the yellow color of the match as well. Yeah, there we go. Actually, is that already back this color? Yeah, it is. Oh no, this is the one. I'm stupid. I'm trying to make sure they're all different colors. Where the fuck is Robin? Alright. Let's get Robin down there. Yeah, so we got like our specific cases here. Terry's weird. I don't really like Terry that much. I think out of all the Shoto type characters, he's he's the second corniest. Power Dunk is too spammable. Up B's whatever. Power Geyser, no. You could argue his, like, Buster Wolf or, like, this... I don't know, wait, the Power Geyser is just powerful one. I forget what... A Power Wave is, like, the little one, right? You could argue those. But the thing is, if it was, like, a one-use case, like, Limit, and had a bit more of a risk factor, then I would argue it. but I'm gonna go with side B in this case, because I think combos leading into side B can be kind of cool. That's the best I can really give for Terry. I don't think he's that interesting. Speaking of not interesting, and also an unpopular opinion, I'm ready to get flamed for this. I'm always willing to die on this hill. Sheik is so uninteresting. Yes, top players like Void have done cool stuff with Sheik, but that doesn't mean I have to like the character as a whole. Just because I can say that Ken's a cool Sonic does not mean you have to like Sonic. If you don't like Sonic, that's cool. Whatever. Point is, I don't think Sheik is very interesting, but the one thing I think that's legitimately fucking sick about Sheik, and not really used that much though, her B neutral. Angling the B neutral into stuff like bouncing fish is pretty fucking sick. That's actually legitimately cool. I'll give it to the throwing needles. I forget what it's called, but I'll definitely give it to the throwing needles. For Bowser Jr., I'm gonna go with down B. I was thinking the cannonball, but its lingering hitbox while it's falling is a little stupid. And it's not like it's that amazing. It's actually one of the lesser projectiles, I feel like, in terms of like zoner type projectile setup type characters. Side B, absolutely not. Think spin dash, but it has no leg on shield regardless of positioning. Absolutely not. Then you have something like his up air ladders, which are okay. His back air's okay. Down airs, whatever. Forward smashes, whatever. I think this one goes to down because Mecha Koopa has potential for really cool combos or setups. So I think I'll definitely give it to Mecha Koopa. Falco is the only space I haven't done yet. Let's do Falco. Okay, so Falco. Oh man. Shit, Falco is Spacey Luigi. What the fuck do I say about Falco? I like when he kills with his up B, but I don't think that's necessarily optimal or hype. I used Falco for like a week and a half at one point, and I literally was versing a Ganon that wasn't really good, so I got pretty lucky, and I was able to escort him and kill with the fucking, like, up B at the corner of the stage. I have it on Instagram somewhere, recorded with my fucking phone, and I just know in hell I'm going to look for that. Fuck that. If I find it, maybe I'll show it at some point on Twitter or something, but otherwise, like, here's the thing, Falco could be fun, but he's also a cutscene character. Oh man. I guess I could argue down air, because a lot of his sauce involves down air or up tilt, but up tilt is way too spammy and way too centralized. Down air is like similar to that, but down air is actually, you know what, yeah, I'll give it to down air. I'll give credit to his down air. His down air could be kind of cool at times. Okay, next up, let's do Donkey Kong, let's get him out of the way. I like it when he could do like double or triple spike shit. Actually, do you even ever see triple spike shit? I don't know, but double spikes are kind of cool with Donkey Kong. Yeah, I'll give it to that. And between the forward air and down air, I think his down air is the cooler move. But I think forward air is a little too bit on the cheesy side. I'll give it to down air for Donkey Kong. Steve. I love setups involved with TNT. And you could argue the blocks, like bouncing off the walls into it, is really cool. But the thing is, the blocks could also lead to like campier, degenerate playstyles, and I don't like that. Minecart, a little too much. I feel like it's, you know, you could deal with it if you have a ranged move. You know, you could get out of it if you move your analog stick more easily. You know, you could, like, roll in if it hits you before, like, it actually grabs your shield, so you could do that as a punishment. And, you know, it's not like Steve always has it, he just needs iron, so if you could stop it from mining, it's not too bad. I would argue that his up B having little to no lag and using it to eat inputs into up smash is actually worse. Fuck that, I hate that so much. I'm gonna give it to TNT, though. I think TNT is legitimately cool. Anvil's a little cool, too, but it does have its set of Looney Tune type cheese, so... yeah, we'll definitely give this one to TNT. Lucario. I saw a clip once where he killed with up B at the top, like the side of Blast Zone. That was so sick. Not optimal though, obviously. Aura Sphere cancels what people are probably thinking of, and yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's probably the only thing I can think of because I don't think Lucario's that interesting. I don't think he's annoying or anything. He just exists. He's just there. I always forget him and Bowser Jr. are in this fucking game. Let's see. We don't have that much left. Oh, we're almost done. Oh, shit. Rosalina? Oh, God. What the fuck do I say about Rosalina? So, a lot of her interesting stuff comes from when Luma's at a distance and you could, like, combo into that. And I think the coolest I've ever seen involves her up air. But her up air, when they're both together, is pretty fucking stupid. It's not Smash 4 stupid, but it's still kind of stupid. Her combos into, like, forward air are okay. I didn't want to put throws on this list because I feel like combo throws, I don't think I would do throws as its own tier list, like coolest throw, absolutely not. I'm not that fucking, that's way too niche of a subject. But Rosalina is one of the few characters along with like say the Pits that actually have back throw combos, so that's kind of interesting. And that could combo to like forward air and shit, which is kind of cool. And I do like the animation. Rosalina has like nothing that's legitimately like super cool. Yeah, you know what? I'll give it to forward air. I think her combos in the forward air, her escorts are kind of cool. Yeah, we'll give it to forward air. Where the fuck is forward? Oh, forward air's down here. I'm stupid. We'll give it to forward air. Bayonetta? Bayonetta. I feel like her combo stuff with Witch Twist is like super centralized and not that cool. Like you could lead into it to do cool shit, like say forward air off stage, or like you could kill at the top sometimes depending on the opponent's DI. Just saying now, hold out, don't hold in, or like upwards because you're gonna fucking die. I would definitely say your straight hit is definitely cooler. So like you have gun snipes, down smash spike, and down air. You could do escorts into down air, that's actually pretty cool. So I think I'm gonna go with down air. Because down air, it's a cool animation too. It has some cool stuff about it. I think I'll go with down air. Let's see, Dr. Mario. Oh, good lord. For Dr. Mario, I guess I could argue his down air has some cool on-stage combos. Like, I feel like it's a cop-out answer, but it's Dr. Mario. I'm totally fine with copping out. We'll go with down air. Okay, so for Ken, I'm not putting Shoryuken. That shit is all you ever see, and I think it's pretty fucking lame. It's kind of corny. It's cheesy. Because, like, the thing with Ken is that, like, you're doing... All it is like, the 1-2 hit into Shoryuken. You could argue with Belmont. I know people could be like, well, you do something into upbeat, do something else, which, yeah, but... It's a lot more going on. With Ken, it's a 1-2 punch into it, which I don't feel is as interesting. Ken can be cool. I have seen a cool Ken clip or two, especially with, like, riskier offstage shit. Like, with this, like, with Hadouken sauce, but... When are you ever really gonna see a Ken go for that? I feel like for Ken... Yeah, I'm gonna cop out and say down air, because if you do like some combo setups into down air, I feel like that'd be kind of cool. I don't think there's that much of it as far as I'm aware, but I'll go to down air for Ken. For Ryu, on the other hand, I feel like his stuff is a lot more centralized in a way that feels like it's more proper, like it doesn't feel as cheesy. I feel like for Ryu, I'm gonna go with upbeat. Okay, we don't have much left. Let's do Joker. So Joker's a weird case, and I realize since I am doing centralized spots, we're gonna do the same thing for Joker right now. So Joker's moves are like whatever. However, when he has Arsene, I think legitimately his down air has some pretty cool stuff with it. So I'm actually gonna give that honor to Arsene. The Arsene down air at least. Hey there, Post Alazonia here. So when I was doing Joker's portion, I completely forgot about two moves that were actually contenders, and that was the up tilt and then grappling hook. So I'm still going with down air, and the reason why is because up tilt has a cool animation, but you don't really see it get used that often. And for grappling hook, I would put this because killing with it is pretty cool, but it's very inconsistent, and there are even times where you can hit an opponent at like 180 and they'll still be able to DI it and live. So I feel like because it feels more like a blue balling move, it's not really that cool. Like grabbing with it and then like dragging your opponent down to you to continue combos is cool, but I like the killing function of grappling hook a little more. It feels more cool in my opinion, like a little funnier too, you know? So I still want to go with Arsene's down air. I just figured I'd mention those two moves because Joker is a pretty cool character most of the time, and he does have other moves that I should have considered and put in the original video. So yeah, I just thought I'd edit this little segment just so you know that I did think of that. Piranha Plant. I love upbeat blast zone kills. Throwback to when Plant King fucking bodied me with that. That shit was hype. But I also feel like is it the coolest thing he has? Like his down B could be kind of cool at times, but I also feel like its armor is a bit much. All of his other moves are just, they're fine. None of it's like legitimately cool. Like when you combine it together, it'd be kind of cool. But I'm thinking of also moves on its own, and I kind of want to go with up B, but I feel like up B shouldn't be it. Like what else would I pick for Piranha Plant? Down air, definitely not. Up air doesn't really do much as far as I'm aware. I'm gonna go with up B. Hesitant, but I think I'll go with up B. Oh, fuck the rats. I didn't do the rats. So Pikachu in particular, very widely known as one of the best characters in the game for having like literally no losing matchups and having a very somewhat annoying to deal with moveset. He pancakes, it's pretty annoying. The one cool thing about him is down B. I think his combos into Thunder can be pretty cool. When like the Thunder Spike, or even if it spikes him into like the launching hit, that could be kind of cool. I'll give credit there. For Pichu, I kind of want to go on a similar boat, and yeah, I kind of want to. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with gonna be, because I feel like for Pichu, what else could you really say? Banjo-Kazooie. Oh god, what the hell do I say about Banjo-Kazooie? Oh, fucking the Wonder Wing offstage is cool, I guess. Nah, there's gotta be something else I could say. Back air is kind of cool. I think his back air is kind of cool. His Bean Shell has, like, interesting ladder combos at times That's a bit of a pain in the ass to do, but have you seen a Banjo in neutral? If you think I'm picking fucking B neutral, you're out of your goddamn mind. Oh god. His up airs have like niche confirms that aren't really that cool. His downer is like a simple dive spike that's not really that good. You know what? His grenade egg has like some unique, decent combos. They're kinda cool. And it's not as like absolutely bullshit and corny and lame as like the B neutral. Yeah, I'll give it to down B for Banjo. I actually think you can also grab it and throw it. Yeah, okay, I'll give it to down B. I was thinking maybe wondering, but nah, we'll give it to down B. Kazuya. I like his back air. Doing cool combos and stuff into back air like Riddles has done is really fucking cool. I'll give it to back air, definitely. Shulk. Air Slash. I do like Air Slash stuff. I like escorting fares into Air Slash or some shit. I like Backslash. Where the fuck is Side B? Over here. His B neutral leads into stuff like Intricate Buster, Monado combos, and stuff. Even his neutral air is kind of okay. I'll give it to Air Slash. I think it's the coolest of the moves, probably. Not by too much, but just enough. Oh god, the Miis. Okay, so fun fact. If you've ever seen my Smash tier lists on Twitter, I don't ever evaluate the Miis. However, I do know people who like the Miis, and I feel like it would be unfair in this specific case to not talk about the Miis. This is the only time I'll ever rank the Miis. So starting off with Brawler. Brawler's the lamest of the three, so I'm trying to get the hard one out of the way. I'll give it to his like fake ass Falcon Punch. Although I'm not putting him in centralized category because I don't remember the names of it, nor do I care. I'll just say B neutral because you also have like the shot put that can have some alley-oop type shit probably. There's probably some cool escorts, at least I hope there is. And then the other one's like that piston move, I think. That move's okay, just whatever. Sword Fighter. I really like that one side B he does where he like spins in 360. It's not a very good side B, but I like it. All of his other stuff's like whatever. And then for me, Gunner, I wish I could say is like fake ass Samus Bomb, because you could do that to do like an alley-oop thing that like is similar to say like Axe Forward Smash. In fact, Proto, a good friend of mine, he likes using Gunner because of the Sans and Cuphead costume sometimes, and he's done it before, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the bomb. Actually, no. You know what? Because the bomb could be a little dumb. We'll go with B neutral because the snipe is the cool part about it. So, oh, get the fuck Sans out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Yeah, I'm gonna go with B neutral for the Gunner, and then for. Oh wait, that's all three of them. Shit, I fucking forgot. Is that everyone? Oh shit, yeah, it is. Yeah, remember I'm live. I'm not prepared for this. I didn't script it in order or anything. So yeah, that's every. Okay, so let's see. So B neutral and down air got the most. We got a decent amount for this. I figured the specials would have a chunky section because they're like very expressive, unique, gimmicky moves that could be pretty cool. You got Up Smash has a few. Up Tilt has one character too, I guess. If you want to count the Echo Fighter. Back air has a decent amount. I already knew Sonic and K. Rool were going to be on this because they have cool back airs. Down air, I already knew that Megaman was going to be on here in the pits. Forward Smash, I'm surprised. Forward air, I have a decent amount. Neutral air, I'm genuinely surprised. And then down B, B neutral, two B neutrals, a down air, and a down B have like their own specific slot. And you see them right here. I guess before I end, I guess for here, I want to say if I'm not picking a spell move, I would argue his coolest move goes to up B, because swoosh setups are really cool, but I like Hocus Pocus's luck factor just a little bit more. Otherwise, Hero would have probably went to up B, and Cloud would have been the same way if like he didn't have that corny out of shield shit. For Robin, if I had to pick a runner-up, I'd probably say up air, although notice up air is not on this list. I would say that Sonic, Chrom, and Robin are the closest to going to up air. And then for Joker, up B would be like his close contender.